started as a dream team. Freedom, we done started in the basement. Whipping up a record, giving Genesis a facelift.
Because I'm calling your name. Every day I feel this pain. But you just walk away.
Hey family, so today's video is going to be a little talk through. And for today's video, I decided to do the power of makeup. So I'm just going to moisturize really quick with some old school Pond's dry skin cream. As I've been talking about lately, my skin has been really dry. And I don't know what to do. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. So one of the reasons why I chose to do the power of makeup definitely has to do with my age and skin struggle. I say age, I'm only 30. I just turned 30. But it was really hard to deal with in the beginning. And then in this same time, like my body's been changing. Literally, I felt like a couple weeks before I turned 30, my body changing. Like my skin has been extremely dry lately. I don't know, just different, you know? Not in a way where I'm like any less confident. I don't know. Because honestly, I feel like the older you get, the less you care about certain things. But I don't know, definitely just different. Another reason why I decided to do this is because I know that I don't like open up or talk much about myself and like my personal life on this channel. I'm going to try to name the products I'm using, but if I missed them, sorry. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. So the things that you do know is that I am a mother and a wife, and probably that I live in the Atlanta area. And obviously I love makeup. I've done a few like question videos. I did one with my husband, and I did like a 50 facts you don't know about me. But I don't think any of that stuff is very personal. I am very personal with my life and my business. I have a very small friend circle. I don't open up about a lot to a lot of people. So I think I just wanted to get on here and like talk about my personal life experiences, beauty related, and like my struggles in that area. So one thing while I'm barefaced, I have this scar above my eye that's huge. You can see it right there. When I was younger, I used to be really self-conscious about it. Another thing, my ears, they're really small. But to add to it, my sister and I were reading when we were little. Her hair was really curly, and my earring got stuck in her hair. And like I pulled. I was a crazy kid. And it ripped like this little part of my earlobe, which is so minimal and barely there. But I was a dumb kid. I used to be self-conscious about that. Another thing I used to be really self-conscious about when I was little was the size of my lips. I definitely got really inappropriate comments about it when I was younger, but it wasn't until I got older that I realized that one of the things that were being said to me were racist, disrespectful, and inappropriate, but they definitely shouldn't have been coming from kids. Like, that behavior is learned. I'm not going to say what was said to me, but just know comments on the size of my lips were made. I don't remember people making fun of me about my vein in my eye. I think it was just a me thing. Like, I remember people would be like, oh, you have a vein in your eye. And I would freak out. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know, like, leave it alone. Oh my gosh, your ears are so small. Or you're white, why are your lips so big? Something else I was self-conscious about when I was younger was I'm really light skinned. And when I was younger, I was a lot lighter. And I don't think I ever got comments about this, but I definitely used to be self-conscious about like the veins in my legs when I was cold. I would have like these like red veins, or if you're light skinned or pale, you know what it is. There's a lot of really stupid, minimal things that I did not like about myself. But I think the most offensive thing was the comments that were made about my lips. And I know being Latino, a lot of people have to deal with like a lot of racist stuff in their households or like within their families. Now I'm not going to get too into it right now because I have a collab video coming soon talking about life basically growing up Latina with my friend Talia. But basically my experiences were different. I was a lot lighter than a lot of my family members, so I actually got picked on for being white. That was my ColourPop No Filter foundation stick in light 50W. So yeah, so I got picked on for being white. That was interesting. So basically all that to say that when I was a child, I did not like my eye. I did not like my eyes, my green eyes. I didn't like my ears. They were small and have that tear in them. I didn't like my light skin. And I hated more than anything, my lips. Now I have this thing, I don't think I do it as much anymore. I don't notice it. Where when I was little, especially in middle school, like from elementary through middle school, I would like sit with my hand covered like this. So I always had my hand over my face. Now I know as an adult, I can see that was stupid, but for some reason I guess that made me more comfortable then. But it's funny, I hated my light eyes and I used to want contacts all the time, like to blend in more with my family. I used to want brown contacts and I used to want darker skin. Oh my gosh, and my hair color, I was blonde. That was something else I got picked on. So I wanted darker hair, darker eyes, and smaller lips. Now I don't know what happened between middle school and high school where I gave that up, but thank the good Lord up above, I gave that up. I'm okay with me. I have my moments, you know? Every girl does. But at this point in my life, I am pretty okay with myself. So I say all that to say confidence has never really been something easy to come by for me. But one thing that has always come easy to me is art. I've always been into art. I've won contests and stuff when I was little, whether I was painting, drawing, poetry. I would write songs, I breathed any form of art. So when I got older, I got into makeup. And it was a way where I can play with colors, I can explore, I can play with makeup. And on my really insecure days, I could hide things that I didn't like. So in all of that, I learned how to contour my face, fill in my eyebrows, blush, bronzer, all of that. Also playing dress up was always huge. Growing up, we always used to like make up plays and dances and stuff. So getting in costume was fun, therefore makeup was fun. Now I don't know when it was, but I went through a hard time where I didn't like myself and I became obsessed with trying to change everything. I'm gonna go in with this Royalty palette by Glamlight Cosmetics. But I went through a phase where I wanted to change everything about myself. Well, not everything, but a lot of things. I had moved, I was struggling a lot spiritually. I did not know who I was at all. And I was always somebody who loyalty and keeping it real was so important to me. So when I was confused about my identity and like who I wanted to be, you know, I found playing with makeup was soothing and relaxing, and I was again able to change those things that I didn't like. Fast forward, a lot more makeup and a few pounds heavier. I'm way more confident than I was then. I realized that I am exactly who God wants me to be, no matter what I thought when I was a kid. I don't know anyone, any explanation. If me and God are good, then I'm good. That was another thing that I thought that I needed to do, was explain myself to people and justify who God made me to be, and I don't. Which again, my whole life, I never really seek people's approval. But that doesn't mean you don't want it, you know? But now I'm at a place where if me and my husband are good, and my kid is good, and me and God are good, then anyone can say whatever they want about me, because it doesn't affect me. So in that process of trying to change me with makeup or hair dye, whatever, I've learned how to finally embrace me. I've dealt with lots of anxiety and depression and just being insecure. So once I found that peace with God, it really helped me like live my truth and love me. Now I'm not gonna act like it's all glitter, gumdrops, and rainbows, because it's not. I definitely have my moments, but I always remember, or I always try to remember what the bigger picture is. I try to remember that I am a mother and a wife, and I'm a woman of God serving in God's house. I have to always remember that somebody's watching, and I want to be an example, you know, like I want to be the best version of me. So I'm thankful for that hard, bumpy road, because I'm able to embrace myself for who I am today. The thought that I ever hated having big lips, and they're so in style right now, the fact that I hated having green eyes, when people go to Africa to change their eye color, or they wear fake contacts. Now please know that I'm not bragging. What I want you to take from this is, I've come a long way. Maybe one day I'll get more personal and talk about these things that got me where I am. Baby steps, people, baby steps. But I am thankful that I can say that I've come out of that. At this point in my life, I'm all about learning how to love myself and learning new things. It's like the older I get, the more that I want to explore life and learn more. Which a lot of people, when they get older, they get comfortable. I don't want to be that. I always want to be an example of what God did for me and what could happen when you fully trust God. If you're not religious, I get it. But let me just tell you, if it wasn't for God, I don't know where I'd be today. I'm thankfully at a really good place in my life spiritually now. That doesn't mean I don't have my moments, because I definitely have my moments. One thing that's been made very clear to me in this last year for 2019, there will be lots of shifts and changes in our life. When I say our, I mean like my whole family, like my husband and my daughter. There will be shifts in, our life spiritually and with ministry. And I don't know what that looks like, but I know whatever God wants me to do, I'm here and I'm ready for it. Scary or not. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's for the greater purpose. Just stay on board for the ride, folks. We don't know what 2019 is going to look like. I'm using this Dulzura Cosmetics Sol de Playa again. I'm just excited for the change and the transition. Extremely nervous, but also excited. So in 2019, and for my channel, period, one thing I definitely want to make is an impact and an influence in the Latina community, specifically the beauty community, because we do come in all shapes and sizes. We are light, we are dark, we are tan, we are brown, we are yellow. Some of us have black coily hair, some of us have red straight hair, some of us are blonde. Now, I'm not the most confident. I have my moments, but I can say that I love who God has made me to be today. And I can only hope to be an example and an inspiration to young women like me who have gone through ugly situations, who have been young mothers, who have come from ugly relationships and stuff like that. You are not alone. You can come out of it. You will come out of it. I think as a woman, especially as a mother, it's important to consciously make the decision to not say bad things about yourself, or especially not to allow your children to say negative things about themselves. I am the mother to a 10-year-old, so she's in that preteen stage. So I'm starting to see life and remember what that felt like to be young, to be in first grade, to have to deal with mean girls. I'm seeing what it's like all over again. What I will not do is allow it. I will not allow anyone to mistreat or belittle my child. Above all, I will not allow her to treat herself that way. Now, it hasn't been an easy road, but we will make progress. Now, I know you all see me use makeup a lot, so you're probably thinking, how can you teach your daughter to be beautiful if all you're doing is putting on makeup? Not true. In our home, our love for art in every way, whether it's makeup, drawing, painting, poetry, songwriting, singing, rapping. We just have an artistic household between my husband and I. So she's in a loving, supportive environment. And as much as you all see me put on makeup, I'm barefaced most of the week. Whether I have this big vein or bags, or this popping eyebrow, I know I'm who God made me to be, and I know I'm not ugly. Even with this extra 30 pounds, I know I'm not ugly. Because it doesn't matter what I look like. As long as my soul is pretty and my soul is good, I know that God finds me beautiful in that. I don't mean to sound like a sap. If I am, I'm sorry. To a little one. I hope that one day I can learn how to open up more, because one thing that is super important to me, it always has been and it always will be, is being real, being a very real and honest individual. Therefore, if I'm not honest, how can I expect my followers to be? Or how can I expect to be that example to you that teaches you how to love yourself fully and be genuine with everybody around you, especially yourself? So I figure the only way to do that is to start opening up myself about my life and things. So my goal is to make this a safe place and a place where you can learn things. Learn more things than just makeup. I want to start up those momversations again. I want to do that again. So if you have any topics for momversations, again, I'm not sure if you've seen that video, but it's a conversation about, we just have a conversation about mom-related things. Also, you don't have to fully agree with all of my opinions, that's okay. But if I don't express mine, I'm not being true to me. But that's definitely something I would like to explore more. When I was younger, it was a very old school setting, so things were different. What do we want to do for a lit? For a lip, I'm gonna go with Taurus, this ColourPop. I'm gonna go over that with the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in Champagne Mommy.
3. With no conviction, you were still in my heart with a low commission. Wanted me to sell out to show both and the vision was Titanic, Frederick Rose damage because of the...
Yeah, so I think that's it. So if you have ideas for videos that will force me to open up more, please list those down below. And again, my desperate call for help with this dry skin. If you have any ideas on products that would help me, I will take that. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless.
I'm still swimming and started off as a hero, tried to turn me to villain. So fast, see your seatbelts begin hanging on. Those in my rear view are now erased.